A part of us has ascended with Lanello and Godfrey and everyone who has gone on, and a part of them lives on in the flame in our heart. This is the meaning of the body of God. We must realize that in order to totally and fully become that God, one must ascend. Well, very recently, we experienced together as a community the ascension of the Lady Christine. Her light filled the cups of consciousness to overflowing, creating new streams of immersion in Christ's love for all, following the breezes of her billowing bridal garment. When light fills the cup and overflows, we transcend the octaves. The Lady Christine, 'twas the name given her by Saint Germain at La Tourelle, was then taken to the cave of symbols, where in the company of beloved Rex, Nada, Bob, and Pearl, ascended master youth who received the initiations for the ascension under the auspices of the great divine director, Saint Germain, Lady Master Leto, and the messengers Godfre and Lotus in the 1930s. She, her soul in the etheric mental feeling vehicles, while her physical vehicle lay unconscious in the hospital, was seated in the atomic accelerator known as the Ascension chair. By means of this astounding apparatus invented by Saint Germain, the Ascension flame spirals through atoms, cells, and molecules of sheath upon sheath of the outer and inner consciousness, preparing them for the ritual of consummate love, whereby the soul is wed to spirit in the actual ascension. This light intensifying in the soul who is servant of the Most High, who has balanced at least 51% of her karma and concluded her round of earthly incarnations, is that grace of the Lord. This light intensifying is that grace of the Lord, the Christ who is Guru, the Guru who is Ishvara within your heart, whereby the words and works of the Chela are stepped up, 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 beyond the earthly orbit and the laws of atomic weight, density, and gravitation, until the soul is, as it were, free-floating in the octaves of spirit. Thus, for those who have earned the ascension, the ascended masters provide this and other magnificent tools for the implementation of the victory. If this sounds too fantastic, beloved, you had better know that the many mansions of the Father's house, which include the etheric retreats of the Great White Brotherhood, contain even more fantastic inventions affecting every aspect of the evolution of life on earth and elsewhere. Is it not written, "Eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which God hath prepared for them that love him"? There are souls all over the earth who have the option of electing to enter the path of the ascension and to reunite with God. There is an example in the experience of Godfrey of the ascension of an entire family, and there were many ascensions in that dispensation. That family is the family of Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Rayborn, Daniel and Nada Rayborn. The experiences are very interesting, and what is most interesting is that Mr. and Mrs. Rayborn and their children have given dictations through Godfrey after their ascension to talk to us about their experiences. They lived in this century. They lived in the western United States, had a ranch, had a mine, met Godfrey, met Saint Germain, were taken into the inner temples, were instructed by Leto in leaving the body, went to the Cave of Light in India, also received the experience in the atomic accelerator, and made their ascension through the dispensation. I have personally witnessed what I would consider numerous ascensions as the result of individuals having this teaching or the teachings of the I Am movement. You all remember the story that I've told when I came out of my church, which was a Christian Science church on Broad Street in Red Bank, New Jersey, one glorious Sunday morning when the sun was shining overhead at noon, and I stood on the steps of that church and I said, "Why, I have to make my ascension in this life." So today I would like to read to you from a discourse given by Mrs. Nada Rayborn. It was given on March 21st, 1937. So this is what she says. You know that at the time of my ascension, not a single thing of this kind in the Western world had yet been made public. Even my own beloved family thought I was still in the tomb after the beloved Saint Germain had released me from it. It was a very wonderful thing. Now, dear ones, the ascension is so practical. When my body lay first in the home and then in the receptacle which had been prepared for it, I was free from that body, discussing with Saint Germain the plans for my ascension. Please feel as I speak these words to you the reality of my own experience, for it will carry into your feeling world the conviction of how practical and how real the ascension is. That must one day be achieved by every human being on earth. It is not a matter of your choice, beloved ones, but the eternal victory over the conditions of the earth comes finally through the ascension. In other words, if you're going to have your victory, there is no other way to have it. There's no other way to leave the earth victoriously except through the ascension. Not samadhi, not nirvana, not some exalted states of consciousness, not escape through drugs, but if you are going to break the round of earthly existence, if you are tired of this round of the interplay of truth and error, then it must be accomplished not through death, but through life, and the ascension is the way. You do not know what your mighty I Am presence can do for you. Please do not limit it. I know how I had limited myself, believing I was entering so-called death. Yet there is no such thing in the universe as death. Oh, beloved ones, I say this to you, precious ones with the silver hair. There is no death, never was and never can be. It is true, individuals cast off their bodies, but you are more alive then than you are in the limited body. Let me say for your great strength and encouragement that in the interim, when I lost consciousness for a few moments in the outer and then became vividly conscious in my higher mental body, it was a state of consciousness never to be forgotten. I thought it was a long time, yet I was only a few moments entering from the state of outer consciousness into the full consciousness of my higher mental body. Saint Germain could not make that ascension for me, but he, in the unlimited activity of my higher mental body, taught me how to release the currents of energy quickly from my presence, which did the work of refining the part of my physical body which it was necessary to raise into my higher mental body. Thus we become the ascended being. Remember, it is the refined part of your physical bodies that ascends and is absorbed into your higher mental body. At this point, the transformation from the human into the divine takes place. All appearance of age leaves your body, and the garments you are wearing dissolve into the garments of the higher octave. Then, as the great ray of light and energy descends from the mighty I Am presence, the refined part of your physical body, and mark you, there is nothing left behind, the refined part of your physical body ascends. It is absorbed into your higher mental body. It ascends on this ray of light from your presence and is absorbed into the electronic body of your mighty I Am presence. Then you become the ascended being, such as I am today, as Jesus, Saint Germain, and hundreds of other ascended beings are. She is talking about the finer portions of the physical body that ascend, which would include the etheric, mental, and astral body, and a certain portion of the physical, actual physical substance within the cells that is translated. Returning again to my own experience, it was made clear to me how, by directing certain currents of energy from my presence, I could, instead of releasing myself from the body by those mighty currents, purify that body which lay there apparently helpless, and then raise it into its eternal perfection and activity. It is very important when you go to bed at night and you lie upon your bed in those moments before entering sleep, that you consciously visualize an intense amount of light pouring through you from your mighty I Am presence, and give loving and very powerful fiats for your temple to be filled with the light of your mighty I Am presence and filled with the love of God, and call forth the preparation of your own ascension and the weaving of the deathless solar body that Serapis Bey describes in his dossier. This exercise of nightly engaging yourself in the torrent of light of your I Am presence, pouring forth this love, anticipating the great moment of your wedding day. This experience then continues as you slip from your body and go to the retreats. You are in the ascended master mode of consciousness. And the day by day entering into that light gives you the momentum then that just after you leave the physical body sleeping, you are then doing exactly what Nada Rayborn was doing after the physical change called death. There she was, given the teaching by Saint Germain, directing an intense amount of light into her physical body. To me, the greatest goal of this ascension path is to be an unascended, ascended master. That's my own coining of the term. But to me, after all of these thousands and thousands of years of walking the earth in sackcloth of personal karma, that to balance the maximum karma, to walk the earth with the Ascended Master's light body, their electronic presence around us, to have our temples filled with the Ascension flame, is the greatest testimony that the Ascension path is real and that we are walking that path. We invoke the violet flame to transmute our karma, and we want to be on earth the nearest example of an Ascended Master. So that's what I call an unascended, ascended master. And so she continues, precious ones, the day you experience that, it will never be forgotten in eternity. Oh, the thrill of the victory when you begin to see the change through the rays. In my case, I was in my higher mental body, pouring these rays forth on the body which I thought, as the outer memory closed and the inner began, I was leaving behind. As I turned and from the higher mental body began to project those rays, I watched in every cell of that body the change which took place. I watched the light renewing it and installing or expanding the light within each cell. And I watched the density with which I had clothed it dissolve. Then to see that body raise and come to me. Thank you for feeling that so vividly. I feel greatly rejoiced that you can feel the reality which I wish to convey to you. I would like to read to you a dictation from her husband, Mr. Rayborn, which was given March 22nd, 1937, to give you the contrast now of his commentary on the same experience. He says, most beloved students of the light and of the mighty I Am presence, I feel tonight that I should be able to convey to you how you too may have this same great freedom of the ascension through those very experiences which were mine. I know now that I intuitively knew, wholly through the inner prompting of the presence that gave me life, the need of outer success in life. I knew the need was to be humble, to be kind, yet firm in that which I knew to be right. After the ascension, I was able to see how that great law of my mighty I Am presence was acting through me unknowingly by kindness. A natural quality within my human form kept me sufficiently harmonized, and there involuntarily flowed through me the great qualities and energy of the presence to do the things required in my outer world of activity. A love poured forth through my feeling world to all that I contacted. While it seemed quite natural then and took no special effort on my part, yet I now know it was the presence acting, causing a great love to flow forth, which was of sufficient volume to keep those about me harmonious. They do not know of my ascension yet. They think I am just traveling in foreign lands. Well, it may be foreign, but very beautiful, yet it could hardly be called foreign lands. for in that great octave of life is our real home. I want you to know how naturally the great law of your presence will act when sufficient harmony is maintained in your feelings. Do you see yourself ascending? Does anybody else know you're ascending? Does anybody else know that a good percentage of you is already in heaven by the fact of the violet flame? Every energy that you transmute every day ascends. It's already a part of your deathless solar body. It's part of Ishvara. It's a part of you that is integrated with your Christ consciousness. Part of you is ascended right now, but not all. You are not wholly perfected. And Jesus said that. He was not wholly perfected. Touch me not, I am not yet ascended to your God and my God. The ascension is a process of many lifetimes. So is the judgment. So you must understand this, that not all in a moment, although it appears as in the twinkling of an eye when the final trump sounds and the ascension comes or the second death comes, but it doesn't happen all at once. It is a process. So just as you do not perceive that which is ascended because you're operating from your unascended consciousness, though it is through Christ, so those who are judged do not perceive themselves as passing through the nexus of the figure eight and also having their unreality transmuted. Who could have believed 3 years before my ascension what was to come? Saint Germain came in his tangible body. On the first visit, we talked for some hours. In his presence, all seemed so natural. There was not a single feeling within me of questioning, even of the many wonderful things he said to me. On that first visit, he said to me, "My brother, Mrs. Rayborn is not dead. There is no such thing. I have assisted her to make the ascension." I said to him, "What is that?" He replied, "Do you not believe in the ascension of Jesus?" Well, I answered, "I think I do." Now remember, beloved ones, I was not what you would call a church individual, but I always believed in right, justice, and kindliness. When Saint Germain said to me, "You shall meet Mrs. Rayborn ere long, and it is possible for you to make the ascension with my assistance. Can you just feel my feeling now?" I just accepted it, never questioning how or anything about it. I just accepted it, and like a child, I said to him, "Well, whatever I can do, you can depend on me, I will do to assist." When we went to the Cave of Symbols, and for the first time, Mrs. Rayborn came in her wondrous ascended body, as tangible as our own physical bodies, no happiness, it seemed to me, ever could excel it in any way. I want you to feel how real all of this is which our blessed, wondrous Saint Germain has brought to you. We are the living proof of all he has brought to you, even so in so short a time. We are so real, dear ones. One day when you come to shake hands and visit with us in the visible, tangible body, you will see we are very real. We are real substance. This is what I want you to know, that as you come to the point where you make the ascension, you take the refined human body with you. There is nothing left behind. As it is raised and absorbed into the higher mental body, the great transformation takes place. The great ray of light descends, and the finer purified human form is absorbed into the higher mental body. Then it ascends into the electronic body, and you become the ascended being, as was my great joy and privilege. You never again after the ascension come into embodiment as you are today. It is the end of all human pilgrimage on earth. Then in that great purified eternal light body of substance, you go forward anywhere in the universe you choose, receiving all wisdom and power firsthand. You may call forth any time, anywhere, all you require to perform any given service upon the earth or on any other planet. Do you grasp the fullness of this? I hope I will be able to help you to do so tonight. Do you grasp how and what eternal freedom the ascension means? You are not only free from the limitations of earth, but you can go in your ascended body and minister to the people of earth in such great power and activity. You can also go anywhere in the universe and receive firsthand through actual experience any knowledge or wisdom that you seek. Then do you not see how the Ascended Master is the greatest possible assistance to the children of earth? Does it seem incredible when I say to you tonight that more than 2/3 of humanity who become aware of the mighty I Am Presence in this embodiment will either free themselves in this embodiment or the next? Now, today, in this understanding of the mighty I Am Presence, which Saint Germain has brought forth, there will be hundreds, even in this embodiment, who will make the ascension. Then in the next embodiment, there will be thousands who will accomplish it. Will you accept the perfection of your mighty I Am Presence, all powerfully active within you and your outer world of activity, knowing that from this day forth, you cannot be deprived of anything which you require for use in your service of the light? O beloved blessed ones, rejoice forever that this knowledge of the mighty I Am Presence has been brought to you, that you have the privilege of calling its mighty intelligent energy into action to produce the perfection for you and your world, to make everything harmonious. See as you go forward in the expansion of your light each day how everything becomes more and more harmonious in and about you as you continue to call your wondrous presence forth into action. Do you not see, beloved ones, there is naught of human creation that can stand before the onrush of this mighty energy which you call forth from the presence? Not a thing that can. Do not accept anything as longer having power to interfere with it. I plead with you, to all human appearances, say with calm firmness, you have no power. You cannot longer interfere with my world. Stand aside and let the glory of my presence do its perfect work. Then you will go forward so quickly into the great eternal freedom which every heart knows and craves. Tonight, in the infinite blessing of your mighty I Am Presence and the great host of ascended masters, I call forth the perfection of the mighty I Am Presence of each one of you into full command and action in your life and world, to hold its dominion in mind and body, to produce its perfection there, to quickly expand the light within your heart until its all-powerful radiance fills you and your world, that every impurity and imperfection be swept out of your mind, body, world, and activity. Then you stand glorified, the mighty I Am Presence in action. Mrs. Rayborn, Rex, Nada, Bob, and Pearl all join me in pouring forth their love to you and their full consciousness of your victory and freedom. As you go forward, remember, we shall always stand by to give every assistance that is possible for your complete freedom from everything that has bound you in the outer world. Be firm, be determined, yield not an inch to human appearances, and as you withdraw from them all power, then in the full power of your presence, remember, God, the mighty I Am Presence, which beats your heart, is your certain victory. Feel now that the ascension is for you.